Chances Go Crypto Investing. Remember bell notification, like the channel, subscribe, and comment down below in order to push us through that elusive YouTube algorithm to educate, most importantly, inform the retail investor and trader in the cryptocurrency and equity markets and the trading scene, right? And as we open up the markets this week, you can see the U.S. dollar's been a little up, been a little down. Right now it's at zero, it's flatlined. Gold has been having a phenomenal rally, doing what it's supposed to do over the last 13 to 16 months, and especially over the last 12 months as the cryptos are down anywhere from 55 to 80 to 95% in some cases. And the stock market, individual stocks down 40 to 60%. The major index is down between 15 and 25%. But gold bullion and silver bullion is doing what it should. Gold is sitting there just below 1,800, and silver is at just at $23 even right now. Copper near $4, right? Natural gas coming off its huge bull run that it had over the last 12 months, and now when everyone would think to pile in the wintertime, it continues to break to the downside as it got way over. It was up about 300% in the last 12 months, right? So it's having a consolidation, just like oil is sitting at 81.92 per barrel, when oil about 10 months ago got near $125 to $130 a barrel, and then quickly reversed from there. In the last 8 or 9 months, it's just been trading down, right? Sideways to down. Every now and then it has nice rallies after a big sell-off, but it just continues to go down, pump and peak over pump and peak, right? So it continues to consolidate down. In the cryptocurrency market, even though the U.S. dollars had a big consolidation to the downside, the cryptocurrency market hasn't really had such the same trend, right? It's been going down, so there hasn't really been that huge bounce back in the crypto sphere. It just hasn't happened yet. Like gold bullion and silver bullion and silver and gold stocks, they were getting hammered, but they've had ferocious rallies right now, up anywhere from 30 to 75, 80% in the individual stocks that I own from their lows, right? So it's been a phenomenal turnaround, and in some cases, stocks that I were invested in that were down 25% for 2-minute silver, I'm now up 15% over the last 4.5 week rally, ferocious rally, right? It hasn't happened yet in crypto, but we're still watching that for the potential, as you can see, because there's been a lot of carnage in the silver or in the crypto market, right? A lot of liquidations, a lot of insolvency crises, and a lot of trust issues on what projects are really real, what are scams, what trading sites and services are legit and what you're not. And it's a whole big deal going on in the crypto sphere, right? So that's all got to be shaken out and worked out. But that's heavy bearishness that is not in the gold and silver sphere, because you can see the physical gold. You know what, for the most part, which major companies are real if you're buying stocks, but if you just own the bullion's real. If you're looking at it and you didn't buy a fake bar, that bullion's real, and nothing can change the fact that the bullion is real, and it's continuing to do what it does, holding its value through thick and thin. Even though you have inner years and day up and down, over the long term, it holds its value and goes up. But you can see the Bitcoin is still trying to bounce off. It's 15,775. It had one bounce after the big early November flush a month ago that took FTX out and exposed that charlatan. That's what this dump right here in the Bitcoin price will be known for, exposing the FTX catastrophe, right? And they went down along with BlockFi, was following right behind them, right? It exposed both of those charlatans. And then you got that bounce, came back up on the dead man's bounce, came back down and held support again slightly above its old one, came back up, got rejected again by the moving averages, triple bottom, came back up, traded sideways, came back down again to the bottom part of this blue trading zone, and then it got a little bit of a pump up there. That's kind of got that dinosaur pattern that I draw out sometimes. And then you can see we had that little swing around right here after a consolidation, and now it's moved to the upside. And now what it's either going to do is it's going to get rejected right here over the next day or two, and it's going to end up trading back down towards that 16,559.69 down there at the bottom part of the blue trading zone. Or, and I have a big or, it's going to get caught up here where the buyers are and get held support here at the 50 and 100 right where these two moving averages and the red and blue are combining, and it's going to pump up to the upside and get some major volume as the short sellers could get caught in a swing trade and they'll get liquidated out of the market and turn the shorts and the buys when they get squeezed out, and it helps pump the price up, and that would be where you would go on a big pump, 19,201.85, and that's what I'm watching out for right now over the short term and the micro time frame and the weekly candles, and all the markets are now open on the first full trading day of the week is about to take place in the United States as the day gets going here as we approach in on the 7 o'clock time frame, right? And then if we look at the XRP price, it's in a similar thing as Bitcoin, except here, whoops, what the fuck is that? Except here, you can see after the big dump right here, this was the big November dump, our area was the volume indicator, red trading zone. As you know, when you're coming from above it, it likes to act as bullishness, right? But when it's coming from below it, it likes to act as bearishness. And you can see here, bounced up after the dump, quickly came back down just like Bitcoin at about the 32 cents, hit that red trading zone, bounced back up, got back over that critical 37 cent line right here, and then it traded above and below it and along it for about a week, and then it pumped up now, and it's made another level to the upside, and it's getting caught in between the 50, the 100, and just below the 200. It's sitting on the 50, and it's sitting on the 100 in red and blue respectively, and it's sitting just below the green, and they both flatline and are all three major moving averages that I like are running parallel to the price, and when they run parallel to the price, that means there's a big move about to happen because the volume consolidated to its maximum lowness, and there's going to be a burst of volume coming in. It's either going to buy volume up to 50 cents, the bottom part of the blue trading zone, or it's going to be major sell pressure when the volume comes in, and it's going to drive you down to 29 cents in XRP. And that's what I'm watching out for, and that's what I'm looking at here to see what exactly happens when this volume comes in. The charts are telling us a major move is coming. I'm putting this alert out on this video that a major move is coming in the cryptocurrency sphere as the volume is about to come back in, and it's either going to drive these prices way to the upside from their bearish lows, or we're going to break down after a little false rally and false hope after the big November flush that exposed the FTXs and the BlockFis and the Sam Bankman-Frieds of the world, right? And that's what I'm looking at here to figure out what goes on this week. There's going to be a major move in the cryptocurrencies. There's going to be a major move in the individual cryptocurrencies and in the blockchain as the major volume about to come. I'm giving you this warning. Don't be shocked if it's 15 to 30% move coming across the board. And the only thing I can tell you, if it breaks to the upside, don't chase it because it's eventually going to come back down. And if it breaks to the downside, don't try to chase it short when it's too late, especially with leverage, and then you get eaten up as you get a bear market rally, right? But notice here on the Doge, you had this big pump that we've diagnosed and seen where it popped up to 15 cents and got rejected, and we laid out the underneath support after it was breaking down from here. And then it double bottomed here at the top part of the orange trading zone down here at about 7.5 cents. And then it's had this return rally, and it's holding its support above the three major moving averages in the 4-hour time frame, and it's sitting on that critical 9.6 cents or 0.96 cents, just below 10 cents. And it had a recent pump here over the last day, 24 hours, and your upside potential is all the way up here at its old resistance at that blue line at about 15 cents, and its major underneath support is at 7.5, 7.33 cents. Try to hold this bullish action that it's happening, but we'll get more to the Dogecoin price a little bit later on in today. Like, subscribe, and share to my beautiful audience. All notifications.